Begin tonight at Sunset Dunes, or what used to be known as a stretch of the Upper Great Highway. Today's ribbon-cutting event not only marked the opening of the new park, but also may have reopened some old wounds. The 2-mile stretch of highway closed permanently almost a month ago, but a new op-ed by Richmond District Supervisor Connie Chan suggests that permanent closure may be short-lived.
Chan is considering a ballot measure to reopen the Great Highway, allowing cars on weekdays and closing it down on weekends, just the way it was last month. Thousands of people celebrated the new park. Others considered its uncertain future, and John Ramos has the story.
Well, that didn't take long. In November, voters approved Measure K to close the Great Highway to traffic. But at the time, there was no money or even a real plan for the park they wanted to replace it. Now, 5 months later, they're proclaiming it to be opening day.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to Sunset Dunes!
That's the new name of the park, Sunset Dunes, chosen from suggestions sent in by the public. But that's not the only input the public had in turning what was, for about a century, a major vehicle corridor into a place to walk and ride bicycles.
That's what I voted for. I voted for a place that can be open because we just need more space for the kids to kind of just roam around, play around and stuff like that.
You know, the election happened, now it's a park. And we want this park to work for this community.
But it doesn't work for many living in the area. As a compromise, the highway had been closed on weekends since the pandemic, and neighbors complained that closing the road completely would make getting to their homes more difficult and throw weekday commute traffic onto their streets. Stephen Gorski has been a vocal critic of the plan to close the Great Highway permanently.
The park people basically put out a statement saying, I know everybody's had their differences about this, but now you have to come together and celebrate this with us. I'm not in the mood to celebrate this.
There is still a lot of anger over the citywide vote, and a small car caravan circled the block promoting a recall attempt against the area's supervisor, Joel Engardio, who came out in support of Measure K. But Sasha Pixley, who lives just a few blocks away, disagreed with the opponents.
They complain that traffic's a problem, and what are they doing? I mean, I think it's just very selfish. Yeah. Adding a little bit of time to your commute versus this, it seems a very easy trade-off.
But despite the festive turnout, the neighbors aren't giving up. They've filed a lawsuit over the way Measure K was put on the ballot, and a court hearing is scheduled for June 3rd, which may be why opening day was rushed into place, even though Sunset Dunes still has no funding, and except for one new piece of art, plans for the park are simply concepts.
And that's what's so silly. Why did they rush? They're going to have a decision in less than 2 months. If the lawsuit wins and the judge says Prop K was illegal, then it has to be reverted to the compromise. And I think they're trying to think we're stupid, that they're going to say, well, we spent all this money and put art and did everything. No.
Despite the objections, the voters have spoken. And as the city scrambles to create a park, a judge will have to decide whether putting a halt to it is worth overturning an election.
Well, the city says the new 2-mile park is the largest project converting a roadway to pedestrian use in the state's history, Andrea.